Welcome viewers, Zach here, and today I'm going to teach you how to maximize your experience on Project Apex. And to do that, we'll be taking a look at 3 chapters, and make sure to watch to the end so that you know everything you need to know. Chapter 1, Controls. So Project Apex can be played with 4 types of controls. The first one is keyboard, with you having the availability of all the keys on your keyboard, and it can also be mapped in the settings, which is pretty cool. However, I would say in terms of reliability, it's kind of like a 5 out of 10. It's okay, you could be fast with some practice, but it's not the easiest type of control. The second type of control is controller. So a controller is as easy as it sounds. Basically, it could be a wired or wireless controller, whichever one it is. A controller, in my opinion, is the best for beginners slash amateur players who want to become faster because it's easy. Most people use controllers in general, and it's console friendly as well. And honestly, I always use controller. It's a lot of fun. The buttons are very easy. They can also be mapped as well if you prefer different types of controls, and even if you want to go as far as use manual controls, that is all available. The third setting is the setting I never use, but it's used by most tryhards. I mean esports drivers. This is the mouse controls. So it's actually using the mouse for steering and acceleration, and the rest of the stuff ERS, DRS is used with the other buttons on your keyboard. This will make you go faster on average than controller players, but it's a lot more difficult to do. However, if you even manage to master it, you could be one of the fastest drivers ever. And the last control is wheel controller. Yes, you can in fact use a wheel controller to play Project Apex. On PC, it can be a little difficult, but it has been done before by this YouTuber over here. I'll just show a small clip. He actually uses his wheel controller, and I think he also uses a third-party software to make it work well. What I think it is. My wheel doesn't work, which is why I haven't done it yet. However, I think now it's easier if you have a PlayStation or an Xbox, because Project Apex is now playable on Xbox and Roblox is playable on the PS5, so maybe it could work, I guess. But in fact, yes, you can use a wheel controller. However, I won't really recommend it because honestly, the physics of the game, it's not really for using a wheel, like unless you just want to do some casual driving, go for some laps. But if you want to go for the fastest laps, you're going to want to use a controller or mouse controls. Chapter 2 is the camera settings. So before a few updates ago, if you wanted to play Project Apex, you had to use the camera settings that were forced upon you by the Project Apex devs. However, when that update released, you are now able to make your own camera settings and stuff. Obviously, I made a video on that. It was very funny. I had a lot of fun with it. And yeah, you can customize it and see what works for you. However, luckily for you, here are some angles I recommend. And in terms of in general, I always recommend either driving in cockpit cam or the T cam. And here you're gonna see a bunch of clips of all the values you need to know. So if you want to try my ones, you can try it for yourself. You can also adjust as you go, which is what is really convenient about Project Apex. as you can see, for these camera angles, I've gone for a higher FOV, and I've messed a bit with the camera angle and the vertical part, mostly putting them a bit upward because visibility on track is quite important, being able to see the races and stuff. And this is especially more important for those who are driving in cockpit cam and you have the hands in the way. When you use the default, the hands will fully block your view, which is why I always recommend putting the FOV higher a little bit. All right, and now chapter 3 is the miscellaneous. I don't have to spell this word. Anyways, so this is just like the final few things you need to know. So another feature this Project Apex has is the racing line. Honestly, unless you are very new to the game, you're very new to like driving or Roblox with any of the controls you may be using, you could use it, I guess, just to learn the tracks. But I don't recommend them, to be honest, because I don't see the point in them myself. But I mean, we've been racing without the racing lines for like 2 years, and I really personally don't see the point in them. You can learn the track, it's a lot of fun. You can find your limits rather than being restricted to some racing lines. Even though, yes, on Ion it's quite different, but you know, it is what it is. And then the other setting we have is, this might be obvious to some, but just for the sake of explaining and for this video, we also have the ability to change the graphic settings. So obviously we all know that when you go to the settings, like when you press escape, you are able to just turn down the graphics. However, if needed, you can also control it either for power saving, or if you just there's something you don't like about the graphics, you can actually control like how good you want the graphics. There's different levels from like low to ultra, and you can also turn to like, you can remove some of the settings here, like shadows and lighting. You can control that. It isn't much, I know it's just random, but it could be what improves your experience. And that's everything you need to know to maximize your experience on Project Apex. If there's anything I've missed out, let me know in the comments down below. I had a lot of fun making this video. Anyways, if you have enjoyed this video, do make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.